It's Lacey. Sorry, I'm shooting this from my iPad, sitting on my couch because my little Ella was asleep on me, but right whenever I started, she moved naturally. But she's so cute. Ella! She's not cooperating. Anyways, so today I'm 11 days past ovulation. And yesterday, I talked about I was having some weird cramping and pressure, I guess you'd call it. And it's just kind of like random throughout the day. Almost like I feel like I'm going to start, but not quite the same. It's a little different. And I feel kind of dumb because I've had cysts, had a lot of cysts, and you would think that I could be like, oh no, I'm for sure this is a cyst. I remember exactly what this feels like. But for some reason, I'm just not sure. I don't know if it's my mind playing tricks on me and because I want to be pregnant, or if it does feel different. I'm just not sure. But anyway, so yeah, they're just real weird. It's kind of more like I would describe it more as like a twinge. I don't know. Really, really bizarre feelings. And then this morning, when I woke up, my right hip was hurting, but it's like it was coming from the lower side of the right side of my back. So I don't really know if my hip was hurting because of the area that my back was hurting in, or if it was my hip and it just made me think that it was my back. I don't know, but it was bad, so I put a heating pad on it, thinking that it would help, but it went away. And then when I went to class and sat for a few hours, I kind of started feeling it again, but I know it's not because of the chairs, because we have really comfy chairs, so I know it's not that. I don't really know what it is, but I don't have any other symptoms, nothing weird, just the weird crampy feelings, and then my back hurts. I feel like my back hurts more at night too, or it did last night, but yeah, so I've never been pregnant, so I don't really know what it feels like when you're pregnant, but if I can't remember what it feels like when I have cysts, and I probably couldn't remember what it felt like when I was pregnant either, so who knows? I'm just going to have to wait to find out. But, I'm sorry, there's something on my screen. But yeah, it's just it's just a waiting game, but that's like the worst part. You have to wait and wait and wait and wait and wait, because I'm not going to test early, because I don't want to have to waste a bunch of tests, basically. And I don't want to see negative. No one really wants to see negative. It's not a fun time. But I talked about this a little bit yesterday, about how I feel like people just think it's so simple to get pregnant, and I forgot to mention that I too was one of those people before I actually started trying to have a baby. And now I feel so silly for just being so naive, because I mean, I knew, of course you had to have sex between a certain time, but I didn't know that it was such a short window. I didn't know that technically there's only a 20% chance. There's only time that you can get pregnant every month, and you only have a 20% chance every month of getting pregnant. It's just kind of like blew my mind. And I was like, wow, how are all these people, like, sometimes I don't understand how you accidentally get pregnant, because it's so hard to get pregnant when you really stop and think about it. It's like, wow, you're really blessed if you just end up pregnant. It's like crazy. Or the people who only try, they just start trying and then they end up pregnant. They're just so blessed. But yeah, that's just kind of crazy to me that it's 20% chance. It's so slim. My husband is deployed a lot, so that makes the chances even smaller. But that's okay, because it'll happen when it's supposed to happen. So, what else I can talk about? You're the loud neighbors. Yeah. Oh no, I was gonna talk about. I feel like whenever people are trying to conceive, they put a little bit too much pressure on themselves, and they make it to where, you know, whenever you have sex, it shouldn't be like planned. You shouldn't plan when, where, how. You shouldn't plan those things. You should just do it. You should just have it. And I feel like whenever, you know, I don't really think it's intentional. I think that it just happens whenever you want to have a baby so bad that you kind of get wrapped up in it, and you forget that no, it's not. This is not how this is supposed to be. It's supposed to still be fun and enjoyable, and not be like, not make everything so complicated. But yeah, I mean, there's nothing. Of course, there's nothing wrong with taking ovulation tests and all that kind of stuff, because you want to know when you ovulate, because sometimes it's really hard to tell. But just don't put so much pressure on yourself, because it can get really, really stressful, and that's not going to help you at all either. I mean, being stressed is not a good way to get pregnant. It's not going to work that way either. So that's my advice. Just calm down and just, I'm not saying don't plan or don't try, because you need to try, but don't just put so much pressure on the situation, and everything will work out fine. Okay, so I think that's all I had to talk about today. See you guys later. Bye.